it's DHA's Reconnect with Rockers. I have there's rock stars. I see rock stars in my feature. I have Dexter and Noodles from the Offspring. It is so great to see you guys coming hot off the heels of, we're only coming into March here, but this could be my favorite song of the year, and Let the Bad Times Roll. Welcome to New Jersey.
Wow, thank you very much.
I know, thank you.
Can I tell you why it might be my favorite song of the year?
Please.
Because I think it's encompassed everything that we're going through, and yet you guys have been, I think, the only band that has touched on this. Hear me out. Everybody feels these days like everything blows, but we're always told there are brighter days ahead. There are brighter days
Right.
ahead. So when I heard the tune, I was like, oh my God, this is it. This checks all of the boxes. Was that sort of the intention going in?
Like, let's just acknowledge that it sucks. Is that what you mean?
Right.
And if we're all going to hell in a handbasket, we might as well dance.
It might as well,
Let's just enjoy it. Yeah.
I think it does kind of, like you said, acknowledge that things are bad, but also kind of, I don't want to say have fun with it, but I mean, it's kind of tongue in cheek, I guess.
Yeah. And I think that's what we need right now. Because everybody has that fatigue of hearing, I know there's brighter days ahead. Well, when are they coming? So maybe these are the sucky days. Let's try to enjoy them a little bit. And man, I think you guys nailed it. Now that's going to be the title of the new record that we've waited. We've waited a while, for it. And I remember when I heard that the new record was coming, I was like, okay. And then you guys issued that great statement, like, we have music, we have a release date, we have artwork. We are good to go. So is April 17th the date we're getting the full?
16th.
16th.
Yeah. So you even got a day there. Yeah. But I've been saying this record's going to come out since 1985. So I figured I'm finally right. This year is the year finally.
You had to be right eventually.
Just playing the averages.
And we're so excited to get the single out, of course, but we can't wait to get the whole album out because after all, we're a band, we're a rock band, and bands should make albums. So that's how we feel about it.
And we did take our time doing this for a couple of reasons. We always go out and tour, and it's hard to record while we're out touring. We tour like 3 or 4 months out of every year for sure. My friend Dexter went back and got his PhD. We're very proud of him.
Stop. Did you really?
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he got that about 4 or 5 years ago now.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. And then the last 3 years, we really kind of knuckled down and started working on this record. There was a couple things that were done, but we had a real creative spurt at that point, and we have even more than, more songs than just what are on the record now. So we're already kind of looking ahead at the next record. When the pandemic hit, we looked at what we had for this one and went, well, we don't know if we want to release it when we can't tour, so let's keep working on it. And eventually it was like, it's done. The fans need to hear this. We want to get it out to the fans, so we couldn't wait anymore.
We couldn't wait.
I was looking at the track listing too, and the one song that jumped out at me was Hassan Chop.
Okay.
Hassan Chop. Now talk to me a little bit because I hear through the grapevine that obviously it's like classic Offspring, which is great. But I'm thinking back to the Daffy cartoons. So talk to me about Hassan Chop. And what is it about, and what did it mean to you guys?
Yeah. I mean, our records, I think, are a mixture of serious messages and then trying not to go off the deep end of being too serious and kind of trying to lighten up. I mean, Hassan Chop was kind of our metaphor for ISIS and what's going on in the Middle East, because these people, they behead people, right? Let's tell it like it is. So it's sort of a song about how ridiculous it is to us that we kill each other over religion, right? Let's see, be what you want to be and believe what you want to believe. We believe, of course, we believe in that. But the idea that this is going on and then it just goes back and forth, and it's freaking the Crusades here 1,000 years later, what's going on. And that's what that song's about. So not to get too heavy, but kind of a funny cartoon metaphor for all that is how we came up with
and perfect in everything that encompasses what we love about the Offspring.
The solo, too, the guitar breakdown and solo, which is actually kind of a revisit of something we did 30 years ago, has kind of a Middle Eastern feel to it.
It does, right.
We're kind of drawn towards that Middle Eastern sounding thing. Come Out and Play has that Middle Eastern riff in it. we did a song called Baghdad that had the same kind of feel to it.
Yep.
So so I don't know, musically we keep getting drawn towards that.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that this is going to be, kind of drenched in that classic Offspring sound, and you guys are really a band like no other. And I wanted to make sure that you kind of got credit for being sort of I always thought of you guys as like a purge band. When Smash came out in the 90s, there was nobody doing what you guys were doing, and you kind of came through and broke that wall down, and have always remained true to the Offspring sound and groundbreaking band. Do you guys feel now, after all those years, that the contribution that you made to rock music and sort of ushering in this sound, that you guys really came first? And being an indie band, at the time, I think you were the best selling indie band in the history of all indie bands or something like that. I don't feel that you guys get the credit that you really deserve for being, and we love these purge bands that when there's a trend of music going on, they come in and they're like, screw this, we're going in, we're taking no prisoners. And you guys were that band,
Wow. Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. I love that idea of the purge, band too.
Because, she's right. We don't get any credit. And well, thank you for
I'll tell you.
yeah, right. No credit.
Yeah.
No, that's very sweet.
As far as what is our legacy or what is our impact, we don't really think about that too much. We are stoked to say that we have the #1 independent selling record of all time, Smash, when it came out. We stayed on our independent label rather than jumping immediately to the major for that whole cycle. And that was kind of important to be David's taking on the Goliaths of the music industry. That felt kind of cool. But, that's something we don't spend too much time dwelling on or thinking about, We just try to make great music and great songs and go out and perform them well for our fans, really. Beyond that, as far as what impact we've had, I don't know. If you start focusing on that, I think you could really screw yourself up. Right?
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to ask you guys that, because, I know that you guys are humble guys, but I figured I got to get that in there, because not every band.
We are the most humble people. We're so good at being humble. We are the best. When it comes to humility, nobody does it better than we do.
No.
Well, I don't think bands can say that too. Like, there's like 1 in 1,000 bands, certainly can't say we were a purge band and we sort of changed the game for music. So I had to get that in there.
For us, I think of Nirvana as being like pretty much the preeminent purge band. Yeah.
They purged us. Yeah.
It was all hair metal,
They kicked the hair metal guys to the curb, man. You guys see ya. Bye-bye.
Big arena rock stuff, and then Nirvana kind of, and in doing that, they paved the way for us, for sure. So
does that mean we're purge-ish?
We're purge adjacent.
Purge adjacent. So talk to me about touring. You guys are a touring band, a working band. What has the last year been like for you guys? Sort of not being able to be out there on stage and playing these great tunes and the great catalog.
My wife and son are so done with me. They're so ready for me to get out of the house.
Get out on the road.
We were actually in South America when everything got shut down. We went down to do 7 shows. We were only able to do 1 before they turned us around and sent us home.
And we scrambled to the airport because we weren't sure if we were going to get home, because they were. The rumor was they were shutting down all the borders.
Yeah, all different flights, because we couldn't all get on the same plane together. And Todd and I came through Lima, and we were on the second to the last flight out of Lima, and a bunch of American college students got stuck in Lima because they didn't get their flights on time.
Wow.
So,
yeah. And hopefully, we'll be in a safe zone at some point where we're sort of all able to get back together and touring. And I know you guys will be out on the road touring behind this great record that we are getting. So any plans? Are you guys looking, or are you guys sort of just going kind of day to day? Are you looking at 2022, late 2021, just sort of waiting to see what happens?
Yeah, we're slated to play shows in June in Europe. We're hopeful but not confident that that's going to happen. But as soon as it's safe to get out on the road, we're going to be vaccinated. We're ready to go. We've been rehearsing because we still miss playing. So we all get together and in here and in our, the sound room and rehearse. It's been a blast. We're ready to go. So, and we're also looking at other things, what kind of live streaming is there, is that a possibility? We want to make sure if we do that, it's extraordinary, and then just silly stuff. What kind of silly videos can we do to keep our fans entertained in the interim?
Yeah, like that seems like something I think that would be like a nice little nook for you guys to get into, because you guys are like a tag team. You guys are sort of like this fun tag team kind of, rock and roll.
We should have
gone
into
say like rock and roll comedy team, but frontman guitar player, and we need that in music, where you guys sort of play off of each other and a lot of personality. So yeah, I think that the internet possibilities with you guys promoting a new record are pretty limitless for you guys.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
thank you.
We have a lot of fun, especially like when we're playing live. In between, we don't have a standard shtick that we go with every night. We kind of riff on wherever we're at, what things that might have taken place that day, on our travels to whatever town we find ourselves in that night. We have a lot of fun just kind of riffing off each other. And in this type of arena as well, when we're doing interviews.
I'm having fun right now.
Me too.
I'm glad to hear that. And you guys always have a great chemistry. I mean, there's just such a great chemistry between the two of you. On stage, we like to think that you guys like to hang out together off stage as well.
No, you're great.
make us feel like you guys have that chemistry together.
Yeah, I think it's genuine.
Yeah. So looking forward to the new record. Can't wait. April 16th. Let the bad times roll. The Offspring are back. First new record in 9 years.
9 years.
Coming for You is going to be on it also.
We at the time we were hoping to put a record together sooner than it took, and that was going to always kind of be part of something bigger. We had the feeling even back then.
Yeah, that's a great anthemic rocker. Oh, and then I see like a Gone Away on there.
Yeah, we do a piano version of Gone Away. It's something that we've been doing in our live show, and it is really kind of connected with the fans, and it's something that they actually keep asking for on all the social media. And so we thought that'd be a great idea. Let's see if we can kind of revisit that and strip it down and kind of make it a little bit more somber, which is piano and vocals.
Oh, I love that. Were you guys surprised when Five Finger Death Punch decided to cover it?
Actually, we kind of knew they were doing it. We met Ivan backstage at a festival. Really nice guy. Yeah, I mean, theirs is a very different version. No, there was no guitar solos in our original version.
That's right. But it's always flattering when someone likes your song enough to cover it.
Nice guys, and Ivan's a super sweetheart. Love that guy.
Yeah. You're the band when people are like, "Hey, can I do your tune? Can I do your tune?" Guys, thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to hang out with me. Super excited that we are getting a new Offspring record, and I'm most excited because I think we need a new Offspring record now. I think the timing was perfect. So
it's not what the world wants, it's what the world needs right now.
It's what the world needs. And I think if we had to wait all these years, getting it in a year where we're just like, how are we going to get through this year? A new Offspring record. It was like when we got the new AC/DC record. I was like, well, 2020 sucked. But we got a new AC/DC record and it rocks. So 2021, getting a new Offspring record. Cannot wait. And Dexter and Noodles, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me.
Oh, our pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Yay! DHA's Reconnect with Rockers is powered by Karis Lock Company, your full-service locksmith.